EGM Network.
And welcome everybody to the, sorry, we got to start over.
We're live.
We're live. Oh, no.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cindy and Christi Show.
Thank you. I'm Cindy O'Dare.
And I'm Christi Knight.
Well, we are so happy to be here today. This is our second show together.
Second show live. This is actually kind of fun thinking that we're live.
Geez, I thought we could fix our mistakes.
Unedited, baby. Let's go.
Well, today's show, which I think a lot of people are going to like it. We're going to talk about our year in review, my year in review, your year in review, and also talk about goals.
Yeah,
goal setting.
I feel like this is one of your favorite time of the year.
It is.
Now, remember, when we're 30 years in, I kind of get a little goal shamed because there has been some years that I know serious business has happened in the house.
Yes.
With the setting the goals. And so we're kind of different, but you do.
Well, I'm pretty serious about it. And I will say you don't have to feel shamed because your daughter, Bronwyn Knight,
takes my place.
Has taken your place multiple years, I will say. And she is a wonderful person to do goals with.
That actually warms my heart, and I wouldn't even, because I feel like everything timing for all.
Yes.
But I hold on to what you say every year and how you do it. And there are some things as we reflect, and we've got huge reflections. Listen, as life goes on for us and we age, like things just become so much more important to us, valuable to us, lessons we're learning. I mean, it's really going to be fun.
Yes.
And also heartfelt.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to say Lily O'Dare is a very good goal setter, too, because it's been Lily, Bronwyn, and I.
For how many years? Like
probably
10?
Five. Probably 5.
Okay.
Interesting backstory that I'd like to share with our listeners is I started the goals because, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, my whole life just fell apart. I was in the bottom of the barrel.
It was more than 10 years.
Okay. I could hardly get myself out of the barrel. I had a lot of, you know what? When it rains, it pours. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
My daughter Lily got sick. Then I got sick. Then my dog died. My dad died. I got a divorce. And I was $250,000 in debt. Where do you go from there? I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people probably with that can't even believe that.
Yeah. So I was given a piece of advice from somebody I really didn't even know that well, who said, Cindy, why don't you call Joe McAuliffe? He's a business coach. He can really help you get your career back on track. Because I had a very good career before all that happened. So I said, I will. And then I called him and I realized I don't even have the money to pay him. But I somehow found it. And that was a big, big, big turning point in my life. Mm-hmm. And I could go on and on about it. But one of the main things he did was he said, you have to have goals. And Cindy, if it isn't in writing, it isn't real. That stayed with me.
Okay.
Well, we did the goals. We did short term, which is year to year. We did mid-term, which is a 5-year goal. And we did a 10-year goal. And I'll never forget when I wrote down what I wanted to make financially in my 10-year goal, I was so scared to even write it down. I could barely write it out. And just recently, he brought that to my office and we had our weekly meeting. And not only did I achieve that goal, I achieved even more.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be said. And, we kind of break it up into pieces. Now, I know that you say you haven't had goals, but you have had a lot of goals.
I have. I just am not as structured with it. You're going to learn that. Those of you who know us well, it's kind of like we're
She's
so
the
much
artsy.
alike, but I am a little bit more on the creative.
You're
artsy,
the creative.
outside the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's why we work so well.
But, you know, the goal thing, and that's quote unquote what she said, is so true. I have done something similar, and and maybe you even did it to me, because I was also like, don't hold back. Don't write it because you don't think it's going to happen. I'm like, well, this is absurd. I can't achieve this or obtain this. Don't worry about if it's not. Just write exactly what you want.
Exactly. And you did.
Yeah.
And you have.
I have. A lot of things have come true
and for the
me.
good and the bad and everything we've been through.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that anybody has a perfect life, a perfect year, everything going their way. And a lot of it has to do with rewiring your brain. You know, like I've always said, act as if.
Mm-hmm.
Act as if you are making that whatever it is you want to make. Act as if you have those relationships that you want to have.
Yeah.
And there's ways to do that. Of course, we can delve into that in another
sure
show.
Down the road we will get like the solving life's problems. But what we're really intention is to share what's tools and things that we've used. And nothing's better than hearing someone that you identify with, right? I like to refer back to the perfect thing, perfectly imperfect.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because nothing is perfect, but perfect to me is different than perfect to you, to everybody else. Okay, so let's go before,
Do you want to talk about the year first? Can I talk a little bit about my year first?
Sure.
And then go to goals?
Yeah, but you were talking about goals already.
All
so
right,
let's
I'll stick with the goals.
Stick with the goals.
Okay, she's spending the night tonight. I'm going to say this on
That's why I'm in my
air.
pajama-esque
She
outfit.
is. We are going to
mood.
write down goals together.
Yeah. So we
That's
still
gonna
have
be a
sleepovers
first.
too.
Yeah.
60s, 70s. Girlfriend. Now it happens once a year.
Yeah.
Or when I'm visiting.
Yes.
But this is fun. And it's not just like we're just hanging around. We're doing goals.
Yeah, we're
She's
doing
gonna
goals.
like crack that whip.
Well,
so.
I'll tell you, I take my goals and I put them into categories. So obviously everybody's got the goal to make a lot of money, but I really do start with family. I start with family goals. What are my family goals? And how do I achieve them? But mainly you just write down, what is it? Like for me, my daughter Lily had a baby this year, and one of my goals was to be present for her and to get to know my granddaughter and, you know, that sort of thing. The next thing I do are spiritual goals. For me, I have to have a higher power in my life. That higher power is God, and that comes first. If I don't have that higher power, I just don't know what I would do. So that I cut that down into pieces of how I can achieve that daily meditation. I'm just giving you examples, but
gratitude goes in there.
Gratitude is huge. Prayer, you know, meeting with other like-minded people and things I can do to just improve my life and others' lives. Then I have my business goals, and those are really super important for me because without the business goals, that's going to also be hard. They all sort of connect, actually, when you think about it. And then health goals. And that's about it. So, hey, you're supposed to do 10,000 steps a day, and that really made me feel guilty all these years because I could never squeeze them in. But now I found out 4,000 is okay, so I'm a champ. Did you know that?
Yeah, that I'm a champ too. Then
4,000 a day is all they're recommending. I mean, they want you to do more, but boy, for health, I was really,
I know,
not doing good.
I love it all. I think health almost should be first.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah,
You're right.
You know, let's
You're
talk
probably
about that
right.
because then going into Lily and your family and Katie,
and me and all of us. Yeah.
That affects them.
Yes.
And so that trickles down. So I think we're going to talk a lot about health and healthy aging.
Yes. Oh, Kate, I'll say this, a quick little plug. Christi sure knows a lot about that. That's a big part. We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll watch that firsthand. But so I love the goal thing. We're going to do it. I will do it with you. I have done similar, but I can't wait to, I'll take Bronwyn's place. Who knows?
That'd be great. Well, you do it tonight, and then I think Bronwyn will come for a visit too.
Do it too, for sure. Okay, so we've got that. Hopefully, our listeners, hey, send us messages if you want to talk about or tell us some of your tips. Now, Cindy and I also text a lot.
Yes.
A lot of inspiration, empowerment from social media, the Mel Robbins, some one-offs that we see. I mean, we are consistently talking about this. This is not just for the radio show. This is really our relationship, our friendship is based on bettering ourselves and being the best that we can be.
Well, to talk about Mel Robbins, she had a whole thing on goals, which next show, maybe we could kind of talk about some of the questions that she asked.
It was circle back to that.
But always, I love the inspirational. You're so good at sending that. You really follow a lot of good people.
I follow. It will be fun to share down the road. I know we have just so much. It's like, we want to talk about everything.
Well, can I say one quick thing?
Yeah.
I'm a name dropper. So is Christi. So be prepared in our shows. We will be name dropping.
I name drop for Cindy.
No, you name dropped. She had a TV show for years. You interviewed every famous person.
Right. Yeah.
But Tony Robbins was my client. And he came to Vero.
Yes, that's big.
I spent 3 days with Tony Robbins showing him property. And we became friends. And I still text with him every once in a while. But, I thought I was going to learn a lot of inspirational things from him. And, when we come back in a few minutes, I know they're going to have to do a commercial. When we come back, I'll share some of those things.
Okay.
And maybe you'll share a few things from some of the people you've met along the way.
Yeah. I mean, are we running out of time?
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Well, there's a lot of people that have inspired me, Cindy. One is you.
Okay,
so when we come back, we are just going to pick up where we left off.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture during the Home for the Holidays event at Sunshine Furniture. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama offers everything you need for your personal paradise and is all half price. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best Chair, Hooker, and Riverside. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of patio furniture that you need, including a gallery of Made in America, Berlin Garden, Pollywood, Woodard, Lloyd Flanders, and Telescope. We specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, and fire pits. Come in now for our Home for the Holidays event and winter sale. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center directly across the street, Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
And we're back with the Cindy and Christi show. I'm Cindy O'Dare.
And I am Christi Knight.
And during the break, we just did half the radio show. We never stopped talking.
We don't. Poor Jesse, our producer here, is just like, okay, guys.
I often say to Christi when we're talking, I go, hey, let's save that conversation for when we get together for dinner or for lunch so that we don't get bored. I don't think it's possible for us to
get bored, but it's like, oh, we want to talk about that. So it could even be a TV show. Oh my gosh, you watched that too? Yeah, let's talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we've got to circle back to where we were. For those of you just joining us, we were talking about goals and year-end goals. Of course, everybody's talking about the new year ahead and what's in the past. Cindy was talking about her relationship with
Tony
Robbins.
And which I don't know that I would say relationship, but I did spend 3 days with him, and I have talked with him. Actually, when I broke my shoulder, I texted him about it, and he said, I'm about to go on stage in Singapore in front of 8,000 people, but I want to tell you, get yourself some stem cells. Good luck. The shoulder will get better. Anyway.
That's the best advice.
Yeah, that was his advice. But 3 days with him, I kept thinking he's going to say something inspirational. He never did. But what he did, he taught me a lesson. He taught me something I've never forgotten. And that was everything I did or I said, he looked at me as if I was the best in the business.
Yeah.
And that is a function of someone who makes you feel special and seen. And when you think about it, he's got 8,000 people in the audience. And those 8,000 people feel like he knows them.
Yeah, he empowers.
Because I have talked to them. I've talked to people that go to his inspirational workshops.
Yeah.
And that is a real gift. So I do try to be present. And one of my goals this year, a very, 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 very big one, is to keep my phone in my purse when I'm having lunch with friends, when I'm visiting with my children, when I'm visiting with my friends. I don't know if Stephanie and Susan noticed yesterday. I wasn't on my phone that much. But anyway, that is one of mine for sure.
You're very intentional with it, to be more intentional about that. I love it. Okay, so we kind of went a little longer than we thought on that. Not off track. I wouldn't call it off track. But so let's do a year in review and see if we can kind of keep it, highlights.
Okay. In other words, what Christy's saying, Cindy, don't hog the mic.
We both
Keep
like
it
to talk.
quiet.
So I'm sure at some point, if you're not seeing us but hearing us, you'll get to know whose voice is whose.
Okay. So
That's Cindy.
Hey, I'm the oldest of 5 children. Are you the oldest? No,
I'm the
middle.
baby.
You're the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so the oldest is bossy. You're going to find that out. I'm sort of bossy.
No comment. All right, well, I'm going to be bossy now. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So my year in review. Actually, I took a trip this year to Norway. And I went with my very, very, very close friends.
That
Dennis
were
and
clients,
Beth.
yeah.
They were clients, and now they are just like, really, they're my family.
It's a beautiful thing.
And Beth knows me so well. And this was a sporty trip. I didn't realize that.
Wait.
So I
had that story.
I had packed all kinds of things.
You're coming out with it
for the trip. And I had, Gucci, and I had Chanel, and I had all kinds of beautiful things, and met her in New York right before we went on our trip. And she took everything out of my suitcase, threw it on the bed, and she goes, we are going to take a trip right now to a place called REI, and we're going to buy gear.
And she's like, what's REI?
I never heard of it. And so we did. And she said, you're not wearing Gucci. There is no Chanel in the North Sea. Long story short, this trip did change my life. It showed me I could do so many things that I never thought I could do.
In sportswear.
Well, we do love fashion. But my gear was cute.
I know. You talked about that gear. This story is for real. She is not like, this is the truth.
I love my gear. I still have my gear, and I'm ready to go. Maybe Iceland or something. I don't know where to next. But
it was a beautiful trip.
And that was the highlight of my year. Besides, the number one was becoming a grandmother for the very first time. Shout out to Camellia Noel, who, if she hears this, she'll know it's her Cece on the radio. I love you. So anyway, that was my highlight. And I don't, I I had a good year.
Can we go back to Norway just a little bit? Because
Yes.
besides the clothes thing, you were a little nervous going.
I didn't want to go.
And it was going to be a longer trip. But how you described Norway and some of the highlights and the people, it was like out of a fairy tale book.
It was a fairy tale.
Right.
It was a beautiful trip. I'm going to just say this because I could go on and on about it.
Right.
Vikings are real.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
They're
hear.
real, people. The Viking culture is alive and well in 2025. Every village, every city, every town has a Viking museum, a Viking statue, a Viking village, a Viking something. They're just, their lives, really, they've continued the Viking culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to say this, the men are gorgeous. I love the men of Norway. They were lovely. They're strong. They're kind. I didn't ever get a macho vibe from anybody.
So if there's a Norwegian man out there,
I probably love you already. And, the other thing about Norway was the air was so clean. And it is so quiet because even though they have the highest fund in the world from oil and gas, they do not have cars with gas. Everything is electric, and that's because they have a million waterfalls just gushing all over the place.
Yeah.
And so it's all electro from the water, from the waterfalls.
Love it.
And the food, the lettuce, the tomatoes, everything was so good. And by the way, I hate fish, but I was able to eat all kinds of good food on this trip. That was another reason I almost didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm not a fish eater. What can I say? So it was amazing.
That's a whole nother segment.
And hiking and just things, I don't know. I jumped in ice cold water.
There it is.
I sat in a steaming, hot, dying sauna, and I loved it. I love the lifestyle there.
Yeah, there it is. I knew there was a passion behind that trip. Sorry, I'm taking over. Another one that you had highlight, and I think it was this year when you went to the Sphere.
Oh, how could I forget that?
Right.
Okay, so I'm madly in love with the Eagles. And, Don Henley is still a good friend of mine, and he invited me and a couple friends to go to the Sphere, and my brother,
in Vegas.
too, in Vegas, and see that show. And I just have to say, I've never seen a better show in my entire life. It was incredible. It was everything you could think of and more. I can't even describe it. Go online. If you can see them, go. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And so are we running out of time already?
Yeah, we got
my gosh.
Well, we might have 1 minute left.
Okay.
Oh, we're at one.
Well, we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
I've had
wrap it up.
kind of a tough year. My mom passed
Yes,
away. But there are silver linings from that. I got to go to Yosemite Park after. I have never gotten to go to a national park like that. It
Yes.
was amazing. I did have to move then to Palm Beach County.
She lives in a place that looks like Four Seasons.
And it's on the water and it's beautiful. So many really good things happening, all revolving around sistership and sobriety. We're so happy that you are listening. Way much more. We hope for everybody. We're going to see you in 2026. We can't stop talking. And Cindy, one last thing. We got to go look at one of your listings. Are we going to see something nice?
Yes, I'm going to take you this afternoon. I just sold an oceanfront. It's in Seagrove. We're going to take a look at that. Make sure everything's all tidy and ready to go for the closing tomorrow. And I want to say goodbye to our listeners. We love you.
Thanks so
We
much.
can't believe how many views we've already gotten. So thank you.
Keep listening. Keep watching. Spread the good news. We're going to really mix it up. So with that, it's Cindy, Christi.
Peace out.
Peace out.